In this video, I'll show you how to draw and estimate the refurbishment of a roof using the drawing module of BuildingWorks. You can draw an existing roof and estimate roof renovation tasks, such as replacing timbers and tiles, using the roof refurbishment option on the Roofs menu. If the existing structure is sound and you simply want to retile the existing roof, you can estimate the job more quickly using the roof retiling option. There's a separate video which shows you how to do that, called How to Draw and Estimate Roof Retiling. To estimate the refurbishment of a roof, start by drawing the footprint of the house. This means drawing the external walls as existing walls, so that they have no associated costs. Select the existing wall specification when you select the wall in the Wall Component Builder. Once the external walls are in place, you can begin work on the roof refurb. On the Architectural tab, click the Roofs drop-down menu and select the Roof Refurbishment option. In the Roof Refurbishment Component Builder, read through the different specifications, then click on the specification with the appropriate type of tile. Now click Review Specification. The Edit Specification window opens up. From here, you can define what tasks need to be carried out and set the percentage of materials to be reused or replaced. Double-click on the bar at the top of the window to make it full screen. If you cast your eye down the screen, you'll see a number of assemblies for the different tasks which you may need to carry out in relation to the roof refurbishment. For many assemblies, there are options to reuse the existing materials or to replace with new. The assemblies which involve replacing with new tiles have a tile image. This indicates that the new tile costs are included in the assembly. Any assemblies which reuse the existing tiles have a nail image. This means no tile costs are included in the assembly. On the right hand side of each assembly, there's also a box which allows you to set what percentage of the material needs to be replaced with new or reused as appropriate. The default settings are to replace 100% of the materials. Of course, you can adjust these figures as needed for your job. So, for example, on the roof I'm estimating, I can reuse 70% of the roof tiles. That means I need 30% new tiles. So I can set strip roof tiles, lath and felt and replace with new to 30%. Click into the percentage box and type in the appropriate figure. I can then set this assembly to strip the roof tiles, lath and felt and replace with existing tiles to 70%. Click into the box and type in the appropriate percentage. Of course, you need to ensure the percentage of new tiles and the percentage of existing tiles to be replaced adds up to 100%. Work your way through the assemblies, updating the percentages in this way. Next, you need to set the percentage of top tiles to be replaced. Again, I'm going to set this to 30%. Then I can set the percentage of top tiles to be reused to 70%. Some assemblies won't be relevant to your roof type. These top tiles for a lean-to ridge, for example, won't be used on my apex roof. You can simply ignore any assemblies which aren't relevant. Continue working your way down the screen, indicating the percentage of each tile type to be reused or replaced. As you scroll down the screen, you'll see there are also assemblies for items such as hip irons. Further down, you'll see options for replacing flashing, eaves fascias and soffits. These assemblies are set to replace 100% as standard, but adjust the percentages as necessary. Check the percentage of guttering to be replaced and the percentage of barge boards and gable soffit boards to be replaced. Scrolling further down the screen, there are options for replacing the various timbers. By default, 100% of the timbers will be replaced. If some of the existing timbers can be reused on your job, adjust the percentage of new timbers required here. Towards the bottom of the list, there are options for removing and replacing the insulation and the plastering to the ceilings. You can also add ceiling decoration to the estimate. There are many different options and you will need to spend some time working your way through the different assemblies. This is where the hard work is done. Once you've finished on this screen, the bulk of the estimating is done. Once you're happy with the tasks which are going to be carried out, click Next. Now select the roof type or configuration. If the roof has a more complex configuration, you would start with the main apex or hip roof, Then go back through the Roof Refurbishment Component Builder to draw each valley and lean-to separately. I'm going to start by drawing a hipped roof. Click on the picture, or the label, or the button to select the roof type that you want to draw. Now click Next. On the next screen, enter the dimensions of your roof, as you would when drawing a new roof. Check the pitch of the roof. I'm happy with 45 degrees. The soffit width, barge board and fascia height are defined by the materials in the specification. If you want to change any of these dimensions, click the adjacent swap button to select an alternative material. Check and edit the other dimensions as required. Ignore the valley options, they only come into play when you're drawing a valley roof type. The percentage roof covering intersection reuse input box is only relevant when you're teeing a new roof extension into an existing roof, so you can ignore that option. Once you're happy with your dimensions, click Finish. BuildingWorks is now ready to draw the existing roof for refurbishment. You draw each type of roof in exactly the same way as you would draw a new roof. Follow the on-screen instructions which will explain how to draw the particular roof type you've selected. For a hip roof, the first instruction tells you to click on any wall that the roof is on. BuildingWorks will take the wall plate height from this wall, so click on any supporting wall. I'm going to click on the rear wall of the house. The next instruction tells you to click on the first corner to indicate the width of the building. In the case of a hipped roof, the width of the building is the hip end of the roof. For an apex roof, the width refers to the gable end. I'm going to click on the back left corner of the house. The next instruction tells you to click on the second corner to indicate the width of the building. I'm now going to click on the front left corner of the house, the opposite side of the hip. Finally, the instruction tells you to click on the opposite corner to indicate the length of the building, or press the T key to join an existing wall or roof. I'm not joining a wall or another roof on this occasion, so simply need to click on the opposite end of the building. It doesn't matter which corner you click on. I'm going to click on the front right corner as it's the easiest snap point to locate. After a moment, the roof lines for the existing roof appear on screen. The cost associated with the roof refurbishment has appeared at the bottom right of the screen. The Extra Items window also appears, prompting you to check if any additional items are needed for the roof. From the Extra Items window, you can add guttering, downpipes and accessories. You can add purlins and binders, either by drawing them on the plans or by typing in the length required. You can add in a number of loft hatches, and you can add in labour for stripping the PVC rainwater goods and roof timbers. Simply type in the length of rainwater pipes or timbers to be removed, noting that the unit here is millimetres. You can also enter a number of cavity weep vents and cavity tray stop ends as needed. Once you've added your extra items, you can draw the next section of roof. To draw another section of roof, go back to the Architectural tab, click on the Roofs drop-down menu, and select Roof Refurbishment again. In the Roof Refurbishment Component Builder, you can select the specification you've already set up if the percentage material reuse and replacement are the same as for the first section of roof. If you need to set the percentage of reuse and replacement to be slightly different, select the original specification. Then click Review Specification. Review the specification again for the next section of roof and adjust the percentages for removal and replacement of tiles, timbers and so on. Once you're happy with the specification, click Next. Now select the roof type or configuration. I'm going to add a valley with a hip end. Click on the roof type you want to draw. Then click Next. Now review the dimensions of the roof as before. Check the pitch of the roof and all the other dimensions as required. For a valley roof, select the valley connection type. And again, you can ignore the percentage roof covering intersection reuse input box. Then click Finish. Follow the on-screen instructions to draw the next section of roof. Then add any extra items for this section of roof using the Extra Items window. If you want to adjust any of the percentages of the assemblies within the specification, on the drawing, click on a line of the roof section you want to change. This will select the roof. Then click the Spec tab. Click on the dimension-linked Specified Items tab. This is where you can edit the specification of all of the dimension-based items. Expand the window and update the percentages as needed. Repeat the process of clicking roofs and selecting roof refurbishment until the entire roof is complete. Over to you. Draw the external walls of the existing property, ensuring you select the existing specification in the Wall Component Builder. Then go to the Roofs drop-down menu and select the Roof Refurbishment option. Select a roof specification based on the tile type and then click Review Specification. Work your way down the list of assemblies, setting the percentage replacement or reuse as needed for your job. Check the pitch and other dimensions of the roof, then draw it, following the on-screen instructions. Finally, add any additional costs for each section of roof using the Extra Items window.